Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Let thy eye be single so that you can always have eyes to see. This is Tahira. Welcome back to Instructions for Humanity, guys. Let's get into it. Looks like Katie Clone 3.0 has showed up on time, just as we expected her to. Let's really talk about it. Guys, it's really interesting. I don't even watch this foolishness. 2 days ago, I did the video and I was talking about, it was just like, honestly, I didn't know what I was going to talk about. It was just tapping into the energy. And I all of a sudden just start talking about cloning and, being telepathically, kind of tampered with, right? And so then the next day, the announcement came out that she was going to attend, the king's birthday celebrations, the Trooping of the Colors, something like that. And so we were already, right? We were already very much lined up to what was going to be happening. And then the other, like months ago, when that whole cancer thing came out, that whole AI bot video came out, a day before that, actually the night before, I already saw it in my mind's eye. Kate has already said, you can watch the Royals playlist. If you see me from here on out, I think I made this video back in February 23rd or 28th. It was very early on. She said, if you see me from here on out, it will not be me. And so far, it has not been her. I wish it is her. I want nothing more than for her to be alive and to be well and for the children to have their mother. But guys, this is what's really going to separate the ones that can truly see than the ones that are just on the ride. This is the beta test. I kept saying this is a beta test. Yeah, we see Beyonce too, but how many years has Beyonce been gone? Beyonce been gone for a long time, about 11 years. How many years we see Jamie Foxx? How many years has he been gone? We see Kanye West. How many years has he been gone? You cannot just look with these eyes. This is the beta test. Guys, I want to paint a picture for you. This gets deep, but this is quite interesting, and it's almost quite cool that it could actually tie into what I want to bring you guys. So you guys know that I'm a quantum healer done under hypnosis. So one of the ladies who had this done, she actually saw an event happen in 2035 where Russia went rogue and they pretty much attacked the US. And there was an explosion. There was like it was like a chemical warfare, right? And it landed like in around Baja, California, right? And what it did was it polluted the waters. And when it polluted the waters, life could not be sustained because the water literally is everything. It's in the food, it's in like every single thing. And so everyone on this hemisphere did pass. This was what was going on in her past life regression quantum healing session. And then that same energy that Russia sent, actually, because the waters were polluted, actually got returned back to sender. And then that side of the globe too was no more. Do you think that these elites don't know what time it is? It's the end of an age. This is why my name is Mother of the Ages. I specialize in the end of the age. In the end of the age, it's not so much that there is this big cosmoclatic or whatever you call it, catastrophic event, as it is the tinkering of the genes and the manipulation of consciousness. It is the extraction of consciousness. This is a beta test to see just how far humanity has actually evolved in consciousness. When you are evolved in consciousness, you do not see with these eyes. You see with your spiritual eye. You actually can see with your ears. You can see with your heart, right? With all of your chakras. This is how it's supposed to work. This is a beta test to see just how far we have come. The new way that they're doing the clones, guys, you think, first of all, we have to talk about who are you? When we think of ourselves as the body we see in the mirror. This is only hardware. We are software. I'm tying this into Kate Middleton. So it's very intricate, guys. It's very, very intricate. You are hardware. Well, you're not hardware. Your body's hardware. And then everything that makes you, your spirit consciousness. We cannot even talk about the soul, which is the vehicle, without talking about the spirit consciousness, which is your software. It's what makes you, you. It's your spirit. It's your personality. It's the record of you being expressed, right? Through consciousness, conscious awareness. So very early on, remember in all these videos, I was talking about the mindscape she was in. I saw her in a dungeon with like a cap on, an old school cap that they would put on you when they want to do mind control and tinker around with your brain, right? You can watch the list. It's all lined up there of everything that they've been doing to her. And I even felt into damage of the frontal lobe, lots of damage in the frontal lobe area. So we could very well still have our bodies. Like Beyonce could very well be in her body, but in fact, she has been replaced. This is what true cloning is, guys. The technology is more advanced and sophisticated. This is why I keep saying we have to keep our spiritual eye open, because how do you know this is not being done to you? This is the beta test. This is the beta test. This is what's going to separate the ones of us who are going to be raptured to the new earth through our consciousness, and the ones that will be left behind on this earth. I told you guys, this earth, now the old earth, has been separated from the solar system. It is free falling. They want to get you to stay here on the free falling. This is the beta test. If you are baited and you take the bait, you will not advance in consciousness. This is a consciousness game. It's a spirit consciousness game. So when they're tinkering around in their labs, guys, and they're doing the mind control that they've done on, you've heard all those celebrities. You think all of these people are saying this because there's no credence to it? It's the same thing I saw with Kate Middleton. There's been multiple things done to her. The Michael Jackson potion, the like the home, herbal remedy tea, it's slowly taking you away. This is how it works, right? It's a slow take away from your consciousness. You guys, we live in a multidimensional universe. And if in our 3D world, only one thing can be true at the same time. But when you are of a higher caliber and consciousness, and you're of a higher frequency, you will understand that multiple things can be true all at the same time. Because in truth, we are living multiple existences all at the same time. You are a multidimensional being. There's an aspect to yourself here on the 3D, on the 5D, and so forth. There's an aspect to yourself that has already passed away, and one that is, living and thriving. This is our multidimensional selves, guys. This is why I'm saying this thing gets deep and it gets very intricate, right? Because we already spoke about the Mandela effect that they have been creating. How else are they going to do the Mandela effect, where people remember Kate Middleton having cancer, then getting better, right? This is part of it. Wait for it. Then getting better, then being out with her family, and then later on, she took a turn for the worst. Some people will remember that scenario. Some people will already remember that William then, capped her off, Some people will remember it like that. This is all part of building the templates that go in the Akashic soul. See, this is how the Mandela effect works. They have to actually build the template. They have to use your energy. That's why I watch this nonsense. This is the energy heist. They're getting your energy to put the stamp into the Akashic records that she is still alive and well, so you do not go searching. And so when they want to do the same thing to you and to your neighbor, and to your friends and family, you'll just let it all happen. It is very, very multi-dimensional. dimensional. It really is. So they have to put that stamp in there. But guys, it's not over. The same way, as far as we know, this is a hologram. As far as we know, this was pre-recorded, girl. As far as we know, they are projecting consciousness into us. This is what I'm saying. I know it sounds far-fetched, but this is where we're going. You guys, we're not on that old technology no more. This old eyes, right? Just the eye, communicating with the brain, right? The simple math, right? To display an image. That is the old code on the old earth. We are no more highly technologically advanced now, guys, especially when you have your third eye activated. You can see inside, outside, above, behind, and even behind of that, right? Fifth dimensional. So this is how they're building these stamps. And that's why they wanted all of your attention here, because they know if they didn't produce a Katie clone 3.0, William gonna be in jail. The king ain't gonna be doing too well himself. They had to produce something because we didn't take the fake photos, the fake cancer video, the fake, pictures with the children's hands all missing and decrepit. We didn't take to any of that. So what do they have to do now? They have to amp up the technology. See, they thought humanity was stupid. With all those other videos, they thought we were stupid, and that's why they probably let an intern, somebody at the palace, scrap together those AI pictures and videos. But now they figured, oh, I got to go to this technological agency. I got to, William visited someone that was, I think it has something to do with like high security or something. You guys will let me know, because I'm not even into this stuff like that, but they have to produce a Kate, because if not, the whole country goes down, because the country gets funding from everyone visiting. If the Princess of Wales is the same thing as happened to this Princess of Wales as the last one, what do you think happens to this country? They go away. What do you think happens to all of the funding? It goes away. What do you think even happens to America? All of these, they're all in bed together. There is an invested interest to trick you. It is multi-layered. So now, in the Akashic records, which is like the one big Akashic soul mind that we all belong to, some people will remember this, some people who took the bait. But wait, it's not over. Just wait for Act 3, when she took a turn for the worse. And this will be after, maybe even after they announced that divorce. She took a turn for the worse. So you're going to remember William being the loving husband by his wife's side. She wanted to divorce him. And then after that, she was no more. This is what I'm saying. It's not over. The story is still building, but they're getting your energy from this event today. This is what is going on. And so we have to understand how intricate this is. And even these clones now, they're taking consciousness, right? This is hardware, your body. The real aspect of you is the software. It's the software, hold on. It is absolutely the software. This is everything that makes you, you. This is what they do when they want to make clones. They will extract that out, right? And that either, if your body is still intact, they can extract it back in the same body, or if it's not, they can make a replica, right? Hold on one second. Yeah, so if your body's still intact, after they extract out your spirit consciousness, your essence, they can put in whatever essence they want you to have. That is still a clone. It's still a clone because it does not have the software, the original software, which is you, right? It doesn't have your true consciousness. Now it has an artificial consciousness. This is what I'm saying. This is, their technology is better now. But if your body is not intact, then they can use a replica body which does grow in labs. I spoke about this early on, how they were making this clone. They've been making this clone for a while. I think, if I can remember in one of the other videos, it's either like 8 or 9 months that it takes. They have been making the clone for a while. This is why you have not been able to see her. This is why. We knew this day would come. And now this is the beta test. Are you going to be fooled? Have you really evolved to 5D consciousness? Or are you still looking with these eyes? Keep saying, if you're looking with these eyes, you will always be deceived. Matter of fact, these elite people, do you know what they're doing? They know what time it is because, in fact, they're the people who are creating all this mess. Just like I spoke about that bomb that my client saw, 2035. This is why the new Earth is being prepared now, because we're going to be making our quantum leaps there. How do we get there? We're getting there through consciousness. This is what I'm saying. If you're looking with these eyes, you're not going to know what's going on. Just because you see someone does not mean they are there. That's what I'm saying. And it's even more sophisticated than a hologram. It's more sophisticated. I've been writing about this in my book. And guys, I saw our new technologically advanced bodies for the new Earth. They were in incubation. And there is a particular place on this planet where those are being held. I saw it as I was channeling this book. And it's funny because I wasn't supposed to see it, but I did see it. So the beings I was channeling with, they had to go ahead and tell me more about it because I had saw the image before they shut it down. This is what I'm saying. This is how all of these civilizations that we think have went away, what happens is every so often we get new hardware. Every so often, this software is extracted to go into the higher versions of humanity. This is really evolution. Not really that story that they told you about the monkey evolving. That's the 3D version, but what's going on behind the scenes, this has always been in place. We've always been technological beings. We've always been that way. So this is what I'm saying. And these bodies that I saw, they look exactly like yourself. They're in incubation. And at a point, they will be fully grown. And at a point, they will be ready for your consciousness. And this is why, I know it sounds crazy, but this is how you get raptured. It's not just you. There's other beings that we're working with, guys, because we are, just because you here are earthling, there's another timeline where you're not. You are of an advanced civilization on another dimension, right? And so this is how you get raptured. So when those bodies are ready and this new Earth is about to split, the physical ramifications of that is this, so to speak, bomb that, you know, that my client saw coming in 2035, because we have to always follow the laws of this matrix. Once things become physical, you know, something, in order for things to change on Earth, there has to be something physical. But it doesn't mean that the change has not already occurred. When it becomes physical, that's the finale. But in the spirit is actually when all of the change is going on. So that is how it will look on the 3D. The bomb just went off and Russia went crazy and ended the whole world, right? But in truth, we're already been working for probably eons to make this shift. Right? So these bodies that I see, and I'm calling them clones because, I mean, or replicas, because I mean, that's what they really are, because they're not these bodies. And when you expand in consciousness, where does your consciousness go? We always talk about the expansion of consciousness. Don't mind my nails. I'm going to get them done later. We always talk about the expansion of consciousness, but consciousness has to have somewhere to go, right? This is what I'm saying. You think you're just going to ascend to the 5D and be in a 3D body? or ascend to the 6D and be in a 3D body. It's not going to work. You're going to have to get a new hardware, a new operating system to hold the new codes, the new software, the updated 5D, 6D version of yourself. This is how this truly happens. So when this ship falls down, right? When this timeline of this earth is no more, there's multiple earths, by the way, and there will always be a rebirth, so don't worry about that. Then the ones that have been expanded in consciousness now will be extracted. You know how they say in the Bible, in the blink of an eye, you'll be taken or raptured. That's what they're talking about. Your consciousness is being extracted out and imported into these new technological bodies that I have already seen. These will actually function on the new earth. When you read this book, you will see how this new technologically advanced body will be able to keep you alive for much longer. I mean, people will be living a very long time, hundreds and hundreds of years, now with the new versions of ourselves that's coming online. So I'm saying all this to say, when I see stuff like this, it don't faze me because I've literally channeled all this stuff before. This does not move me or anything. I'm not even looking, I don't even watch that foolishness because you're not getting my energy to create a false narrative. And I'm still asking, where's Kate? I'm still going to be asking, and now I'm questioning it even more. This is the beta test. If you can get fooled with these eyes, then you will always be on this lower frequency. If you can reject the world, this is the test. You can reject the world and still follow what you know in spirit and in consciousness. This is why I always resonated with the master teacher, Jesus. If you ever read, like, there's other, like the Gospel of Thomas, right? Jesus is a real one. Jesus actually rejected this world. He actually rejected the God of the Old Testament, the one that was killing and pillaging and all of that. This is the trick. They're going to write stuff in a book. They're going to show you it looks like a fairy tale. But when you reject that in which you know is not right, and you take up your own cross and you walk it out, this is the test. The only way you can get to this higher consciousness state, the only way you can get this software, this spirit consciousness extracted out of you and to make it over to the new earth. Because people keep talking about the new earth, but how do you think you're going to get there? You got to have a body. This is what I'm saying. Like, we don't think that far. Oh, I'm going to the new earth. Well, how are you going to live on the new earth? This is all tying into Kate Middleton. It's the same thing. It's the absolute same thing. You're going to have a body that can function on that earth, a body that is synced with that earth. You cannot get to the new earth without having a new body or even updated software. It's just not possible because your operating system will not be able to work there. So when they go and they tinker around in labs and they do the mind control, this is all changing who you are. Look at Kanye. When he went missing, he was on that 50, 51, 50, I don't know, 50, 50 hold or 51, 51 hold. And he came back and he even said that they had tampered with him. This is what I'm saying, that he went back in again until he was wired correctly. I already saw all this with Kate Middleton. They've already done all this stuff to her. It's been a lot. Just look at the list. It's been so much that has happened. There has just absolutely just been so much. So even though Kanye may be in his same body, which I believe that he is, but if they've tinkered around in that MK Ultra, when people don't know about MK Ultra, if something is altered, it's no longer you. You're not this. You are your spirit consciousness, all your software, your like, it's deeper than even memories. It's like soul memories, right? It's a soul essence. That's who you are. Those things are actually extractable. What you think happens when you pass away? And if you believe you go to heaven, what do you think passes away? How do you remain yourself? How do your friends and family that you talk to in heaven, how do they remain themselves? They no longer have a body. So what I'm saying, the body is not you. So if you see a Kate Middleton body or something that looks like it, that don't mean it's her. This is what I'm trying to get to you guys. And we have to like start to draw these parallels, or we're going to be lost in the sauce forever. We're going to absolutely be lost in the sauce. Just as we talk to our loved ones that have passed away, we're still talking to them. We're still remembering them. They no longer have bodies, because we are our consciousness. So if someone takes away your consciousness, they take away you. This is another form of cloning, because when they take away you, what do you think they add back in that MK Ultra? What do you think is added back? Their code, their program that they want you to be on. You're no longer sovereign. If you're not sovereign and in control of yourself and your thoughts, it's no longer you. Your consciousness has been extracted, and they have put in whatever template they want you to have. At that point, you are no longer yourself, right? So it doesn't even matter if they were able to get her out of this, so to speak, coma, or this incident that we all know she had that night that the ambulance came. This was no cancer call. This was an incident with a sharp object. Even if they were to get her out of that self-induced coma, the self-induced coma, you think it was for her? No. No, guys, we have to start thinking, guys. We have to really start thinking on a higher level. Just because they save the carcass to use it later, to implant new software, doesn't make it real, does not make it her. This is where we're going. We're going to have to speed up. Class is in session. Class, this is the true class. This is the mystery school. This is the class for the elites. This is what's going to separate. This is, and it's a hard pill to swallow, right? Because we've been so conditioned to look with our physical eyes, but those things are 3D. That has gone away, right? I guess there's even so much more I could say, but I just wanted to actually bring that teaching because it's so relevant right now. And so, yeah, it's just so relevant. And I hope that we all make it there, but in truth, it's going to be hard to really all make it to the new earth, which is a higher consciousness. That higher consciousness has to be extracted. So, as above, so below. The same way they're doing the negative cloning in the MK Ultra, right? Where either they're keep your same physical body, but extract your consciousness and implant their program. Or they give you a clone body and still implant a separate program. Or they give you a clone body and they still implant some bits of your consciousness and some of their program. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see how deep this thing gets? But it's just technology. That's all that you're seeing. When you see her, you're seeing technology. You're seeing technology. And they had to get more sophisticated with it because simply their old technology and interns didn't actually do a good job. So now they had to go and get some high governmental agency technology, but it's still just technology. And that's all that it really is. So I really don't know what else I want to say, but just go ahead and subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the 54 Technology. I'm going to link that down below. If you want to book your own quantum telekinetic reading with Reiki energy medicine, just go ahead and it'll be down below actually in the description, or you can also email instructions number 4 humanity@gmail.com. Guys, Lego, Lego, Lego. I love you. I love you. I love you. And so it is as we walk together in divine love. Be well. Be well, guys. Bye.